Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. I really don't like how badly these cameras pick up orange. These cameras do not pick up orange good. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. They just don't like picking up orange. We got this nice, beautiful orange filament. Prusa, and the printer the camera just don't pick up orange good. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? It is Saturday night. I feel all right. I still have gummy bears. I'm still munching on the gummy bears from the Prusa, Bill. Keep forgetting I have these. Nom, nom. Nom, 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 nom. Behold. I finished one of the new Prusa spools on purpose so we could take it apart. So I got that. We got this guy. And we got this guy, which you can't see because I don't have it set up over there. We're going to be doing some work on the Venture XL. We're going to be doing some work on this guy. These gummies are really good. Prusa's onto something with these Haribos. I think they're pretty good. There we go. Okay. So what are we doing tonight? We have a couple things. One, the original plan was to enclose the Venture XL tonight. I got to start printing parts for the upcoming build of an astromech and some other big projects. You can kind of see one of the things on it right now for some videos, but we got to get that printer enclosed. It is getting to that time of the year where my garage temperature starts to swing quite wildly. Right now it is 17 Celsius in my garage. It's pretty nice, but it's, you know, it's light sweater weather. Bleh, English. But there are mornings when it's like 10 Celsius out here, and then soon it's going to get down to like freezing. So we need to enclose that big printer because while it puts out a bunch of heat, unfortunately, a lot of that heat just kind of goes away right now. So unfortunately, well, fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know what you would say. I did a little asking around, looking for what would be the best sort of material that I should enclose the printer with. So originally, for those that don't know, the Venture XL comes with panels. The panels kind of suck. They're inset into the frame. I want something that sits outside the frame. I don't like the inset panels. They're not great. Somebody made a mod where you can like print these strips that go around it, and I want insulation. I actually want to insulate the panels. So I was looking at some rigid foam. Eventually, basically, Luke from Luke's Labs like, yo dog, go get this stuff. It's polyisocyanurate. Apparently this type of foam is what you want, not like closed cell foam or expanded foam. You want this kind of foam because it doesn't catch fire, so that's kind of good. It's also more rigid and it doesn't droop under heat. Unfortunately, as you can see here, they don't have price in store because they don't have it in stock in my local store. I went around, I looked around. I reached out to a local company that does ACM panels. They sent me a, we don't do orders that small response. If you were looking at doing a bigger order, or essentially they were gonna give me any price they would have given me would have been a fuck off price. If you don't know what a fuck off price is, pardon my French, it's a price that they're like, yeah, this order is so small, it's not worth us. So we're just gonna make it like so expensive you'll F off. So there's that. Aluminum foil on one side, and I think the other side isn't. But essentially, I went to like, apparently you can just go to Menards in the States and just buy this stuff. None of the home stores in Canada, at least local to me, had it in stock. The one place that did carry it was out of stock, so I'm gonna wait for a call to come in, and then we'll put them on. The panels will show up. They're $30 a panel, and the panel's 4 by 8 feet. So I'm just gonna cut them in half in the parking lot so I can fit them in my car, bring them home and cut them to size. So, you know, with tax and everything, it's like 80 bucks for all the panels to enclose the printer. It's rigid foam, 1/2-inch rigid foam insulation. It should be pretty... Yeah, Home Depot doesn't carry it. Home Depot carries it, but not my local Home Depot. The Home Depot in Chatham carries it, but I don't want to drive like 40 minutes to Chatham. Nobody wants to go to Chatham. Nobody wants to go to Chatham. If you know, you know. You don't want to go to Chatham. So I spent a whole day driving around to all like the home stores because they all show it as they have it in the website, but then you go to the store, it's like, yeah, we don't carry that. It's special order only. So eventually I gave up in one of the stores that's like, yeah, we can get it this week. It's like, okay. So, yeah. Oh, I'll just cut it to size of the parking lot. I'm just going to cut it. The panels need to be like under 3 feet by 3 feet. They're like 2 3/4 feet by, I don't know. It's metric. I don't know. It's like 32 inches by 32 inches or something. Anyways, I'll just cut them to 4x4s, fit them in the car, bring them home, and then cut them to size after. Amazon doesn't ship stuff that big. You're not buying 4x8 sheets of plywood on Amazon. Amazon don't carry that. At least not here in Canada. So anyways, but there is stuff we have to do still. We have to install the back panels, which we are going to right now. You may have seen I do have back panels on the printer. They are the side panels. Actually, they are the back panels, but they're not installed the way the back panels are supposed to be installed. We're going to install the top panels as the back panels, and then we're going to install the door because I want to get the printer set. Oh, and we're going to put lights in it. I found some daylights on a stick, so we're going to put lights in it. So the plan today is install the back panel. We're going to have a strip down the middle for the Bowden tube, so I don't have a giant Bowden tube flopping around in the breeze. The Bowden tube comes in on the gantry, so I have to have a strip in the middle. We're gonna I'll get some insulation, or I'll just use this stuff that totally is an extra from the something I have to basically make like a little vapor barrier or whatever. A little thing to keep the heat in. Or I'll just use something. I'll use something. I got a bunch of foil. Anyways, we'll put a slot in the back for the Bowden tube. We need to install lights in it, and we need to put the door together. Why not pink foam? Because that shit's fire hazard. The pink foam is a fire hazard. It's a big fire hazard. If that stuff catches fire, it releases all kinds of noxious fumes. Also, that stuff is good at insulating in normal temperatures. It doesn't really hold up too well, apparently, to like being in a 50-60 chamber. Like, it droops. This stuff is supposed to be much better. This is what Luke uses on his high-temp machines that he builds for customers. This is the material Luke recommends for enclosing high-temp large machines, and he does it for a living. So I'm going to do what Luke does because he does it more than me. So there we go. What was that strip called? I have no idea. I got extras of them with the Carvera. They came with the Carvera. But what I'm probably going to do is just use this stuff, because I have a bunch of it. Plus, I want to put some insulation on the back because I'm using panels on the back which aren't insulated. I'll just get 2 of these and just kind of put them like 2 strips of this and just put it side by side, touching. And then as the Bowden tube comes up and down, it just pushes it out of the way. So we'll do that. So we have that. That's going to be the first thing we get to. So we'll start working on the Venture XL. And then once we get that happy, the plan is to move back over to this, because I realized, hey, look, we have aluminum extrusions here. And then, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Shoot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Aha. Oh, look. I have little feetsies that I can put on it. So I've got little feets. These are from like a V0, I think. So we're just gonna tap these. I think they're M5. Tap them M5. Hopefully I have an M5 tap somewhere. Please tell me I have an M5 tap. Oh, look! That's a 1/4 inch tap. Oh, look! It's an M3 tap. Oh, look! Shit, that's another M3 tap. Okay, hopefully I have an M5 tap somewhere. Anyways, I'll find an M5 tap, and we'll tap these M5, and I'll mount some feet. If I don't have an M5 tap, then we'll do something else. Give one of these away. He did. The plan is on the Tuesday stream. If all goes well, the Tuesday stream will be the last build stream for this. We'll get it up, hopefully get it running. We got to finish the build on this. We got to do some clipper setup. We still have stuff to do on it. And then once that's all done, the Friday stream will be the final stream. So the Tuesday stream is the final build stream. And then on Friday, we'll do a print and chill, talk about the build, things I like, things I don't like, yada, yada. And then we'll give away one of these kits as well. Also, Oliver 3D gifted a community membership. Cheers and appreciate it. Say hello. This is the new Prusa spool. I think all Prusa spools are going to be like this going forward. So these are the new ones. They got the open RFID tag system. And if you print a little tool, because you have to use a tool for this, so this isn't going to fall apart on its own. Or actually, let me do the other side. Maybe, yeah, whatever, the other side. There we go. It comes apart. So the only downside with this is, unfortunately, the POLYMAKER refills don't fit. The POLYMAKER refills don't fit on this spool. But I'm sure somebody could probably print a different hub instead, because both sides come off. And you need a tool, so this has to come apart. Like, this isn't coming apart on, or let me rephrase that. This won't come apart on accident. So, yeah. So these are the refillable Prusa spools. But unfortunately, the POLYMAKER refills don't fit on here. So, it is what it is. But others should, I guess. There we go. Beep Dog, don't flood chat. This is it. You're not a Gen Z. I hope you're not Gen Z. Or don't talk like Gen Z. Coherent thought, type as paragraph, hit enter. Don't just type enter after every thought. It spams chat. I had a coworker that did that, and I had a coworker that used to do that in the group chat, would just like, every thought was a separate line. Coherent thought. Don't spam chat. No, it just spamming chat makes it look like spamming chat. So you do have to print a little tool. You do have to, wow, right camera. You do have to print a little tool, but it takes 2 seconds to print, and it ensures your spool's not coming apart on accident. Because apparently that's a thing with a lot of these master spools that like click together. They can just like fall apart on you. These do not. You need to print a little tool that locks in so you can open them. So, okay. So, I think first things first, we should probably do lights. So here's what I'm wondering for lights. I think the kit came with lights, like an LED strip. But I have a bunch of these daylight on a matchsticks, daylight on a stick type things. So I figure, you know what, we'll use these. I haven't used these before. I have a bunch of these. They're 24 volts. We are gonna have to wire up. They're like, use a heater for more connection power. All the heaters on the controller board on the Venture XL are being used. All 4 of the hot end heaters are being used for the bed SSRs. So instead of rewiring all that, we're just gonna have to wire in 24 volts to the bed MOSFET, which means at least we won't have to worry about overpowering it. So I've got a bunch of these. I think some of these came with like a V0 kit or something at some point. These ones I think were given to me. I don't know. We're gonna put these in the Venture XL. I figure 2 in the back and 2 in the front, because on the back I have the camera. So on the camera, you got the camera here. I'll put 2 of these little small ones there, and then 2 big ones on the side. And then if I need more, I'll put 2 in the front. That seem good? Because you can just daisy chain these. You can just daisy chain these. So, okay. So I'm gonna have to put some heat sets in. Let's get my heat set iron out. Get some power. I bought an LED strip off AliExpress and cut it to length and hooked it up because I wasn't satisfied to fix anything or something. Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, I'm not too concerned about lighting. I am very much a, is it good enough? It's good enough, right? It's like, for example, I don't care that the Prusa cameras have a shit frame rate. That doesn't bug me in the least, because I use cameras on a printer just to glance over and make sure I'm not making spaghetti. I'm not making time lapses for my TikTok using my camera. I'm literally going, we're good? We're good. That's it. Oh, speaking of good, this finished. So this was printed on the Core 1L, blown out white balance, that's for sure. This was printed with the Prusa profile, but using POLYMAKER refill filament. And as you can guess, I ran out halfway through, so I swapped over. So there you go. Hey, look, the Core 1L does detail stuff. I didn't want to print a rocket because everyone prints the damn rocket for the... That's how you know somebody rushed the review. That's my tell when somebody rushes the review. When the majority of prints you see on the review are like included prints that are pre-sliced. That they're just like, okay, print, okay, print, okay. It's like, no, slice something. Slice something. So this print actually was the balanced profile. It's 320 millimeters tall. So I 330 is the max. I dropped it down 10, so I scaled it to 330. And this took one day, 11 hours. 0.2 layer height, 0.2 layer height, 0.2, and I think 5% infill. 2 walls. I think the only settings I changed were I dropped infill down to 5%, and it's the stock balanced profile. So, okay. Hopefully that don't fall. So that's another print for the review video. Aurora Tech. I have tried watching her videos. I don't know. Is it her, or is it like, is she just like, I don't know. It's just kids on YouTube I just find weird. I'm sorry. I've seen too many kids, like, I have no idea. I'm not accusing or anything. It's just every time I see a kid on YouTube, I guess because I'm a parent and I've seen the kid YouTube channels, like I don't watch kid YouTubers. I find it weird, personally. Like I've seen, you know, as a parent, you know, the kids lose their childhood to being YouTube faces for accounts run by their parents. I'm not accusing or anything. I just don't watch kids on YouTube. I find it weird. Like, I've heard good things about her content. It's just, I don't watch kid YouTubers. I don't. I find it weird. Okay, so, this is one of those things, if you have the tool, use it. I need to put heat sets in these little blocks to mount the daylight on sticks. And they're V-shaped. So I have a V block. Because, you know, if you have a V block, you might as well use it. So while I'm installing these heat sets, because it's thoroughly enrapturing material, make sure you enter for your chance to win some POLYMAKER filament. Every stream we give away a spool of POLYMAKER filament. Link in the video description. We'll give it away at the end of stream. So go enter now. Go do this now. What was the one, Ryan? Is it Ryan's toy review? Was the one where it's like obviously I'm pretty sure her channel is nothing like that, but it's just like, nah. Like I purposely, like, in case you haven't noticed, you don't see my kid on camera anymore. I have gotten weird comments for like the 2 seconds my kid has been on stream before. Yeah, no.
Like what? You don't need to know. Let's just say I've banned people from the channel. There we go. Banana. Banana. I'm running low on heat sets. I am running low on heat sets. Random people walk. Yeah, whatchamacallit? Shoot, what was his name? Demolition Ranch. He used to do, like, he had, like, the Demolition Ranch YouTube channel, and then he had, like, the Off the Ranch channel and whatever, and he did, like, stuff with his family, and he, like, he's like, no, I'm done with YouTube. I'm done. I'm out. There we go. Quick and easy. I love, if you have the right tools, it makes stuff so much easier. Just got a TS101. Dude, having a good, proper soldering iron, and yes, I know, like, Wellers and, like, the proper, like, the kit ones, but having, like, where did I put it? Somewhere in here. I don't know, somewhere in here. Having, like, the little ones that you can just plug into a USB-C power bank. Oh, so nice. All right, so let me fire up the tablet here. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of, oh my God, what's going on, YouTube? Got it. Okay. Sorry, I'm just firing up YouTube on here so we can go to the, or Hako, yeah. Like, it's nice. If you solder, if you have a dedicated soldering station, like if you have a proper setup soldering station, that's all you do is solder there. Yes, having like the little base station Hako and whatever, that makes a lot of sense. But if you're moving around a lot, you know, it's nice to just be able to pull out, where did I put my yeah, it's over here. Just being able to pull out your TS100 or whatever, and just like put it wherever and plug it in with a USB cable and off you go. There is something to that. It is very nice. Okay, why is it so annoying to find my own stream when I'm live? Like, I can go to my channel, but it doesn't show my stream. It shows a playlist of live streams that I have to click on, and then it can sync up my live stream. And then it shows me an ad on my own platform. But we're gonna watch the ad because I want that 2 cents. Because I have to wait for the ad to finish loading before I can actually view chat on here. Skip. Okay. Load chat. Load chat. There's chat. Say hi, chat. All messages. There we go. There we go. Now I have you. Say hi, chat. Okay, so let's go over to the other side and get to work with this and install all these. I'm gonna need some screws. I'm gonna need some screws. Shoot, will these fit? Yeah, M38s work. Okay, grab a bunch of M38s. Grab an Allen key. Grab the right size Allen key. Okay. Pre-recorded. It's not pre-recorded. We don't pre-record here. Everything you see is filmed live in front of a studio audience. I was gonna make a 9/11 joke about how they just hit the second towers. To, you know, it's pre-recorded. I should have made the joke. It's been enough time. Okay. I seen that one meme where it's like somebody's going back and like, you know, watching TV in the 2012s or 2020s, and it's like, you know, on your phone, and then 2010s, and then it's like the early 2000s. It's like, I don't know, Mom, they just hit the second. I don't know. I'm horrible at recounting stories. Okay, let's go to the other side of the garage. Let's go to the other side of the garage. Let's go to the other side of the garage. Let's get out of here before I get canceled. Although I don't think you can get canceled anymore. I think they canceled. I just dropped the tablet. I think they canceled canceling. I'm pretty sure they canceled canceling. I don't think you can get canceled anymore. So if you're wondering what I've been doing with the big guy, this is a, I think I capped it at 580 millimeters. Yeah, this is 580 millimeters tall. Oop, let me mute. Mute. There we go. There we go. So this is a 580 millimeter tall Christmas tree. It's printed in clear PETG. It weighs, I don't know, 500 grams. But this is for a video I'm going to try doing because you can do cool, fun stuff like put LED lights in this. I should have printed the bottom flat or with a hole, but I didn't, so I'm gonna have to cut a hole. But I got spray on fake snow. So I'm gonna try making a bunch of lawn Christmas ornaments using basically like vase mode prints, LEDs, and spray on snow, because everyone does those, like, you know, like the deer and the antlers, and like they have all the wireframe animals and whatnot. Those things are like 80 bucks each. This was 10 bucks in PETG, and this cost me 6 bucks. And LEDs are cheap, so we're gonna try doing that at some point. So that's a fun little video idea I'm working on right now. So also, I printed one of these, so I can actually raise and lower this thing a lot easier than before. Okay, so first things first, we got to get this back panel off. So let me roll this over here. So this back panel that's on the printer right now is the, I think this is the proper back panel panels, but I just kind of, they're supposed to be mounted inward, and I didn't mount them that way, obviously. I just kind of screwed them in, and then we have this big gap in the middle where the Bowden tube comes up and down. Also, I've had a couple people ask me about this Bowden setup, what this piece is right here, because you have like your Bowden tube. I got a filament runout sensor. I got a Bowden tube goes here, so this goes up and down, and then we have a fixed Bowden tube that goes to the hot end. It is totally not a part of the Voron Phoenix that I modified. No siree, Bob. I totally designed it myself from scratch. It is totally not a Voron Phoenix piece that I borrowed. No, way. Nope. Grab my Allen keys. Voron Phoenix uses 3030. This is 2020. No way it could be a Voron Phoenix piece. Nope. Okay. The long path, yes, but it's a reverse Bowden. For now, it's just reverse Bowden. Doesn't really matter. At some point, I will be putting boosters. So at some point in the future, whenever, and by some point I mean whenever Big Tree Tech gets them to that point in development where they can send me some, I'm going to put some Big Tree Tech boosters on the side here, preferably 2 of them, to feed this and for filament rollover. Because you know how originally I was going to put a box turtle on here? I've decided against that because it's just going to be easier to just use 2 boosters for filament rollover. Because that's the only reason I want, the booster will be nice because it'll help the extruder. But filament rollover, I don't care about multicolor on this thing. This printer is not a multicolor printer. Okay? It's not. I've got a stealth changer I will be building at some point, and I have a Prusa XL for multicolor and multi-material. This is a I print big things quickly printer. And most of the stuff that's being printed on this machine is going to be post-processed anyways. So it's kind of like, I'm not going to say it's a waste, but it's a waste to put a multi-material system on this printer, because it's just going to go to waste. It's just going to go to waste. Here's the, this cable is the camera, if you're wondering what it is. Oh, hey, I could finally see chat. No, I can't. They put an ad. Freaking pop-ups. Index in 32. Index would be wasted on this machine. As fun as it would be to have Index with 32 tools on it, Index hot ends are not high flow hot ends. They're higher flow hot ends. Like, they flow more than a V6, but you ain't pushing 50 millimeters cubed of filament through it. So imagine printing, you know, something that's 500 millimeters tall with a filament, you know, 3 filament changes per layer, with a 0.4 nozzle at 0.2 layer height, with like 20 millimeters to 30 millimeters cubed a second max flow. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Speaking of time for that, I'm going to take the time right now to wipe this down. It's getting pretty nasty back there. This printer is big dumb printer for big dumb things. Also, at some point, I do need to add a air recirculatory system in here. I'm going to drill some holes underneath the beds so that I can circulate air in the printer. So it'll be like an air intake. Basically, I'm going to put a Nevermore in it kind of thing. But not right now. I need to see how warm it gets before doing it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do it. Oh, where is the... Right here. I'm just going to drill like here and like here under like these two front beds that you can't see because this camera doesn't have good wide angle. I'm just going to put 2 holes underneath the big bed, put blowers under it, and they'll just be ducts that just kind of suck air from under the bed, move it underneath, and then on the sides of the beds, they'll just blow up. So it'll just do a big convection current, hopefully. Hopefully. Okay. So now, let's see. Everything back here is much healthier, by the way. Everything back here is much healthier. Now that we have it all rebuilt and everything, it is much healthier back here. These belts are still a little dirty. As you can see, I don't know if you can really see, I took these standoffs that were closer to the belt and were actually rubbing. They're still in there, but what I did was I took the big long screw out. I just put a little short screw, so the motor is just screwed into this top plate. And then with everything loose, I moved the standoff in and then I tightened everything. So the standoff is still there, it's just pinched. But it's away from the belt, so it's not rubbing on the belts anymore. Again, they're totally not a Voron Phoenix part. So let's go ahead and install some daylights on a stick. So I have no idea how much power these need. That is something I have no idea about, is how much power these use. I need some T-nuts, 1 second. Now, obviously, I'm hooking it up to a bed MOSFET on a Kraken. So I'm not concerned about blowing the board. I'm just kind of worried about wiring. It came with the Stealth Max, but the Stealth Max mounts on the side. I don't want to mount it on the side. I want to draw air from under the bed where it's the hottest and circulate it upwards. They're pretty efficient. Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, the plan is I'm going to run a heavier gauge wire up here to the back, use like some Wagos. So that way, if I ever need to tap into something else for 24 volts, I have a 24 volt hookup up here. And then I'll just go in and just do like 2 circuits. But they're going to be connected to the bed. So they'll be pretty much always on. Like, I could wire them directly to the power supply, but I'm going to wire it to the bed just so we have, you know, a little bit more control kind of thing. So that makes sense. Why am I getting ads? I have YouTube set to not play ads, yet on my own damn stream, I'm getting ads. It is annoying. Also, this is why I can't use the built-in panels. I'm installing these lights in these upper brackets here in the upper run, because the lower run has the wires for the motors hidden already. So I'm installing the daylights on a stick on this upper run here, and this run would be blocked if I use the panels. So that's one of the reasons we're doing it this way as well. And I don't think these have a positive or negative side, so I don't think I have to worry too much about what goes where. But we are going to line it up roughly with the front, right about there. Line you up right there with the motor. There we go. Yep. And test the benefit of the SC. Tube compact. Yeah, when I do the video for this, I'm hoping next week. I'm hoping I can get this printer paneled up and enclosed so I can actually like do the final video on this printer soon. So I do want to get this printer like done content-wise. I've been milking this printer for content for so damn long. I'm sorry, guys. I know. It's like this printer has just been like, I've gotten so much content out of this printer, which is good, but not the kind of content I wanted to be getting out of this printer. I'm not sure what's going on here. What is going on here? You go there, okay. You go down there. Help if I, oh, it would help if I actually don't cross thread the T-nut. There we go. Yeah, don't cross thread your screws. Usually not a good idea. So you go out there. Milk is good. Yeah, I guess. There we go. There we go. Which one's positive? Probably should have made a note of that. Oh, it says it on the back. Okay, we're good. Big printer, big content. I know, but it's like, I'd rather, you know, the printer just be printing and working properly. And then I'd be making content with what comes off the printer, not making content with what, you know, the printer not working. Also, there's like two different types of these. You gotta make sure you use the right ones. Nope. Nope. There we go. Also, this is really awkward to work in for some reason. I don't know why. Like being half in the printer like this. Wait, what did I line that up with? Okay, that's lined up with that. Okay, so that's the same. Okay, so you go there. Z motors on the top. Yeah, the Z motors on this printer are on the top, and it's actually kind of nice because other than the wires that come from the bed and go out, there's no electronics under this printer. I have some now because I've changed some stuff, so I actually have like the electronics under here. But the stock setup for this is actually pretty nice in terms of like everything is up top. So your Z idlers are on the bottom, and the motors are up top. So it's actually kind of nice. Oh yeah, the motors will be fine. The motors will be fine. Remember, stepper motors, good quality stepper motors. These are Physek, but good quality stepper motors are usually good to like, they can get to about 100 degrees Celsius before they start actually, you know, start failing in ways that isn't good. So we gotta line you up. It's a bit annoying how you have to like line this up first. Put that in. There we go. There we go. So we got 2 there. So I'm gonna have 2 here. Yes, they are more front facing. That's okay. I'm okay with that because we're gonna have 2 in the back facing down. So we're gonna have back lighting and then we're gonna have front lighting because we have the camera in the middle. So let's go over here. So I have same on this one. So I'm wiring them up so that, okay, I can't see. Are these not labeled? Were that not labeled? Is this one not labeled? Oh my God, I can't see. Yeah, 24 volts on the top. Yep, 24 volts on the top. Yep, yep. Ah, oh no. We're good. And then this one is 24 volts on the top. Okay, we're good there. Okay. Now we come over here. Grab some of these guys. Nope, somebody's spamming chat. Why do I need to approve a comment that says need a step ladder? Help me, step ladder. Help me, step ladder. Okay, I need a reference point on this side to mount these. How do I already have so much dust on top of this printer? What's the angle at? Yeah, in terms of camera angles for what you guys are getting today, it's you're getting what you get. Day is you get the camera angles you get day. All right, so I need some sort of reference point. Let me grab a scale. Just so I want them roughly, not symmetrical, but I want them like, you know, somewhat. Go with 15 millimeters in, 15 millimeters in. There we go, 15 millimeters in. Right about there. That works. There we go. go, 15 millimeters in. How's ModSpot or how's ModBots working out? I know he's building one of these, and I think his is built now. How's his build going there? This printer needs a wide. This printer does need a wide angle lens. I have right now, it comes with a C270, which is a pretty decent webcam. Like in terms of like, as a webcam for a 3D printer goes, a C270 is it's a perfectly cromulent webcam. Unfortunately, with the printer being this big, it actually blocks. Like when I'm printing stuff, once the hot end gets about here, it can't see anything anymore. So it sees the whole bed on the first layer, but like the angle like is like this. So anything from like here up, from like here over, it doesn't see. So it's kind of a bit annoying, unfortunately. There we go. Here. This is really awkward to work on, not gonna lie. Couple of servos. I have actually been trying to figure out if it's feasible to have the yeah, I'm trying to work out if it's feasible to have some sort of like arm that like as this rises up, it tilts the camera up, and then as this goes down, it cams the camera down. Like I've actually tried to like figure out if a camming action is possible. If I can like viably do that somewhat simply. That is something I've been actually trying to figure out if I can do that. So 15 millimeters. Put the camera on. Yeah, I mean, you could put the camera on the gantry. The problem is, if you put the camera on the gantry, you only see what's being printed as you print it. It's got kind of the same problem as a nozzle camera. Here's the thing. What's the most critical part of the print? The first layer, right? If your first layer goes, your first layer goes. Okay, the whole print is basically over. So if you can't see how that first layer is doing throughout the entire print, because prints can warp, especially when you're doing like a day-long print. I have seen prints start beautifully, 2 hours in or beautifully. I go to bed, I wake up, and it warped off the bed overnight, right? Like you want to be able to see basically the base of the print the whole time a print is printing. You got to make sure the printer is printingly the entire time. And if it's not, you're gonna have a bad time. Put it backwards. Oop. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. I mean, I think you can do 2 cameras in Clipper. Like, I think I could. Although, you want to know what really sucks? I don't have any more USB ports on this printer. This printer doesn't have any more USB ports. I've used them all up, all 4 of them on the Bigtree Tech Pi 2, which is the system on a chip running Linux. All my USB ports are being used right now. I have the tool head board, the main controller board, I have the webcam, and I have the screen. So all 4 USB ports on the Bigtree Tech Pi 2 are being used right now. So I don't think I can put another, I'd have to put a hub on, which would be kind of annoying. Okay, let's go back over here and see what we got. Because I want to see if I could cheap. I want to see if I can be cheap. Because I went digging and I found some wires. Uh-oh, where'd I put them all? I had a whole bunch of them. Uh-oh. I had a whole bunch of wires that I found, and oh shoot, where'd I put them? I got these guys. I put them in a box. Where'd I put them? Are these them? Oh, maybe these are them. No? Where did I put them? Shoot. Did I put them in a different container? No, these are all for that. That's that. So this, I had them all on the desk, and I'm like, you know what? I'll do a quick cleanup before I start the stream. Here's the door hinges. I got some wire here, but I had some pre-crimped wires I was going to steal. Shoot. I had some pre-crimped stuff. Oh, here they are. So, shoot, yeah, these already... So these wires are, they are, what gauge? Are these labeled? These ones aren't labeled at all. And these ones probably aren't labeled at all either, probably knowing my luck. So these ones are 20 gauge. Oh my God, I can't read. I don't know, but they're already pre-made. So I could just swap out the connectors on this, I think. Or at least it'll save some time. Okay, so let's go over here. Wave share USB hub. Yeah, I'll just get a USB hub. So the plan is I've got 2 sticks in the front and then 2 sticks here. So I'm gonna go from those 2 to these 2, and then each one of these will get its own split off here. So I'm gonna run a heavier gauge wire from the 24 volt out, up. I'll have like 2 Wagos here that they'll plug into. So that way if I need to tap in the future for 24 volts, it's on the back of the printer, I'll just stick it on. But for internally, I'm gonna use these. So how long does this need to be? Let's see here. First, I gotta repin these, I think, because I need a step stool. I do need a step stool. Oh my God. I need to elevate myself. I need to rise to the occasion. I need to get a leg up. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that plugs in there, but the wires are backwards. So I have to make these, but I can swap these around. Okay, so that goes in here. This goes to there. So right there is good. Unplug you. And you plug in there just fine. Okay, so you're 24 volts there. Okay, good. So I got to cut it here. So we will go a little bit more for insurance. Cut. I'm hoping these wires are enough juice. They should be enough juice. These don't use a ton of power, so I'm not too concerned. Oh, this is a different wire. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, please tell me this is not long enough to do both. It is not. Okay, so. Yeah, okay, so I gotta make up more. Okay, so we'll use this wire here to make more. Need to hydrate? You're right, I do need to hydrate. Let me get a drink of my delicious Gamer Subs. Use code Canuck and save today. Right now, Gamer Subs is having a sale on where you get a free cup with the purchase of a tub. That's good stuff. Check them out, link in the video description. It's not sponsored, they're not paying me. They're just incentivizing me to say that by giving me a affiliate link. So if that is sponsored, then I guess it is. Also, I'm gonna redo both of these. Why? Because these wires are already pre-connected, so I don't have to worry about them going off willy-nilly on me. Andrew Rogers, $10, cheers and appreciate it, for the Saturday Shenanigans Fund. We enjoy the Friday Shenanigans Fun. The Saturday Shenanigans Fun. What day of the week is it? Who am I? Where am I? What am I? You just got an ad? You shouldn't be getting ads. I have ads disabled. Unless I defaulted back to, it shouldn't have ads. Let me double check right now. Customization. Monetization. Frick, it is on. Shoot, I'm sorry. No, it is off. Yeah, ads are off. They're manual. So you shouldn't be getting ads. You shouldn't be getting ads during the stream. You might get one when you join in, but you shouldn't, unless they changed it. But I have it set so that any ads that play during the live stream, I have to scroll up and hit a button that I'm gonna hit right now. So you'll see what happens when I hit the button. That puts an ad in. If you got an ad, thank you for the money. If you didn't get an ad, yeah, thank you for the YouTube Premium support. But like, I have to physically hit a button for an ad to play. You shouldn't be getting ads automatically. Bagel day? Ooh, bagel day. Need you. Where's the other wire that I cut? Is this it? Should probably keep track of my wires. Yep. See. YouTube Premium, no ads. Nice. If I watched YouTube on mobile more, I probably would get YouTube Premium, but I basically 99% of what I watch on YouTube is on desktop. And I'm not saying I have stuff on my home network that makes the web browsing experience a lot nicer, but I do. Somebody put a hole in my Raspberry Pi. Yeah, I'm one of those weird people that don't do a lot of stuff on mobile. I'm one of those millennials that don't do anything on mobile. I browse Reddit and when you Discord me. That's about it. I don't do anything on my phone. My phone is strictly a I'm bored, I'm stuck somewhere and I have nothing else to do device. So I watch, you know, I'll go on Reddit or Twitter or whatever. I don't watch videos on my phone. Because here's the thing, I don't carry headphones with me. I don't carry, like, I have like a set of, I think they're Samsung wireless earbuds. I use them a couple times a year. I used to wear them when I streamed, but now I just use a speaker. So I'm very conscious about watching media in public because I don't want to be that guy. Like, I find it really annoying when people listen to music or watch videos on their phone, like with the speakers blaring. And since I don't have headphones on me, I don't do it in public. So. So my phone is pretty much browsing. So. That's that cable. Am I using speakers right now? I am using speakers right now. I'm using the most premium quality $15 Amazon speakers that you can imagine. Actually, these ones probably aren't Amazon because I stole these from my wife's old computer. So these are the speakers that used to go when you were getting a cell phone call back in the day. That's what I'm rocking right now. Who remembers when you used to be able to predict when you were getting a cell phone call? When your computer speakers would go da 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 da. The BlackBerry call. Yeah, apparently that's something to do with the radio frequency that those cell phones used. And that's why they did it. It was like a radio. Simpler times. Dude, I honestly, it's so weird. I have nostalgia for early 2000s. It is so weird. I have nostalgia for the early 2000s. That's like, you know how we just went through like Stranger Things and it was like the 80s? Can we skip to being nostalgic about the early 2000s? Like candy bar phones, dial-up, MSN Messenger, AOL, ICQ, websites that were like fun. Bring me back. Bring me back. Take me home. Country road. We never really used AIM up here because, you know, Canada, but we had MSN Messenger was what we used. That's what I had, MSN Messenger. Go on to Albino Black Sheep, Stick Death, Happy Tree Friends. Those really crappy flash animations that, you know, you had to wait like 30 minutes for it to buffer on your AOL connection, your dial-up. Going to cheatcc.com to look up cheats for your N64 and PS2 games. Stick Death with Peak. I remember. Okay, let me grab some connectors here. We'll go plug these ones in. Kaza. Take me back. Take me back. Okay, so 24 volts up top. So. So part of me just wants to say screw it and just wire this directly into the power supply. But I probably should be smart and actually like have this controllable. Probably shouldn't do that. Have a macro set up to like turn the lights on when the print starts and turn the lights off after the print ends, kind of thing. Probably should do that, but we go. So that's that one. I will use some stuff to stick it in the whatchamacallit. 4 volts, 4 volts. There we go. Why do I keep getting ads on this? Oh, mobile. Internet before corporations ruined it. I know. The shittification of the internet has been so sad to see. Like, remember back when Dig was good? Who remembers Dig? Like, back when it was good Dig. I remember Dig. You remember Dig? I remember Dig. They brought back Dig Nation. Dig Nation's back, for those that care. Okay, so let me do a quick little check here. I remember. So now we just need these two. Let's go from there to there. Oh yeah, that'll be plenty long. So I'll just cut this in half. BBS forums are superior to Reddit. Like here's the thing. I seen a thing. It was like, so much of the old internet is lost because forums. Because think about it, forums are great. The problem is if you go back to forums from like pre-2000, there's no images. There's no images anymore because everything was hosted on PhotoBucket accounts, free PhotoBuckets accounts, and everything's been purged. Like, the old internet has been erased. Like, you can't go back. Like, you know, you go on the Something Awful forums and try to find like those mega threads of like people doing bad DIY stuff and whatnot. And like everything's gone. It's all gone. Full threads will still show up on, yeah. To make everyone pay. Of course they wanted to make that's why everyone uses Imager now. Heck, I remember like Imager was like, everyone loves Imager, and then Imager was like, yeah, we're not gonna host porn anymore, and then everyone's like, we hate Imager. But Imager is still probably one of the better sites for hosting images for stuff. Zork. I think I've played Zork. I had an uncle, every time we'd go visit him, he'd have his computer. This is like mid-90s. So what was it? It was Space Empires. He had Space Empires. Space Empires 3. Played that. And he had a bunch of like text games. That was before we had a computer. Rather than forums and Discord. The problem with forums was the monetization. What killed forums was the fact that forums are expensive to run and they can't be monetized. Right? That's what killed forums. Forums, as far as I'm aware, they were killed because it got too expensive to host them and you couldn't make money on them. Like once forums got to a certain size, they just bled money. That's why forums still exist. They've just changed. They're no longer forums. They're now Discord and Facebook groups and whatnot, subreddits. It's just, they've kind of evolved. What were BBSs became forums, and what were forums became Discord and subreddits, and like it just evolved. How's the Voron forum doing? No idea, I don't use it. One of the reasons I don't like forums, like personally for me, is forums are too slow. Forums are really good for cataloging, for doing like build threads, like, oh hey guys, check in my thread on this forum, you know, twice a week when I update my ongoing build. The reason Voron uses Discord is because we needed something that we could do instantly, like back and forth instantly. Oh yeah, and moderators. Moderating forums is a lot harder too. It's a lot more involved. because most people don't hang out on forums, right? People hang out on Discord. They'll have Discord open on their monitor, and every time they get a ping, it just goes up. Nobody like people don't sit on forums. Like, I remember back when I would go on forums, it'd be like end of the day, I would go through my forums and I would see, oh, what are the new things of the day? I would spend like 10 minutes on each forum at once a day. Whereas at Discord, I just have Discord always open on my computer now. It's just always there. So it's just, the way we consume stuff has changed. Instant interaction. The problem with IRC is Discord is IRC but better, because you have voice chat, you have video chat, you have file sharing, you have link sharing. Like, Discord is just better IRC. And it really sucks how they're trying to shove all the monetization stuff in the Discord now, because they're like, shit, we have to make money off this. So the enshittification train continues. We will continue to enshittify until everything is enshittified. It's like I just watched that Pointless Hub video on Ready Player One. Talk about a movie that has like no cultural impact. It's Reddit. It's funny how like he goes to shit on the movie, and then he's like, you know, watching this 5 years ago, you're like, this is Reddit. This is like, I am very smart. Oh my God, look, it's Fortnite. Oh my God, look, it's this. And it's like, looking at it now though, it actually holds up better now than it did 5 years ago, because that's basically what Fortnite is now. Where it's like, Fortnite is like, hey look, Homer Simpson and Beavis and Butthead fight Daft Punk and Mechagodzilla. And we're all like, frick yeah, it's one of the most popular games ever. So it's like, shit, maybe it was onto something. Maybe it just came out at the wrong time and needed better writing. So. Tripping circuit breakers. My mom's house 3 times over a weekend. I had 10 to 50 computers I was working on. So much power drop. Oof. Ready Player 2 is greenlit. Is it? Here's the thing though, a lot of movies got greenlit during COVID and they ain't going anywhere. And I think Ready Player 2 is one of those. Okay, so we have all these LEDs up. Let me grab some stuff here to do some cable management. That'll work. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put the back panel on so that I can figure out how we're going to install the rest of this. So let me do some cable management here. In my cable management, I'm just going to stick these little thingies here to hold the cables in place, because that's what we do. You got to make it look good, right? No point in making it work. You got to make it look good, then work, in that order. By the way, watching this thing print up to its max print height is kind of funny, because half the camera gets blocked out by the drag chain. Okay, so that's that. It's 20 years since we've been on RSA and went for and they said they crashed. They could not see went back to it. Yeah. Yeah, like these are, I'm wiring it up. Normally I wouldn't put any wire management in right now, but these are just LEDs. So I don't foresee them being any crazy issues. But if I do run into issues, I run into issues and I'll fix it as we fix it. So. we go. This cable's going to come out there, and that cable's going to come out there. So now we got the two power cables coming out the back. So now we need to put the rear panel on. So let's go ahead and grab our panels and do this. So these panels are going to be a pain to get out of where I have them. 1 second. Oh, that is my garage door. Try not to break the garage. I need the garage. And we will go deglove these panels over on the other side. So I got a feeling that's going to be annoying. So these panels are meant to be the top panels. So you can see these holes here. This is where like filament's supposed to go in, but they are almost the size I need for the back. They aren't the best size because I won't be able to actually screw in the bottom to the extrusion. They overlap, but they don't screw in. So I'll just have to print some like little peg to hold it on, or I could just be lazy and put some tape. But they do fit in the top channel, and or I could just show you, see. So these are the back panel. These are meant to be the top panels, but they almost work for the back panels. And they do leave a gap in the middle that I can, I'll seal up with like foam or something. Now, the only downside is I don't have any foam. I am out of double-sided, like single-sided foam. I have a bunch of double-sided foam, but I don't want to use that. So unfortunately, I'm just going to mount this right to the frame. That should be fine. I'm not too concerned, but I'm just going to mount it right to the frame. You rebuilt it? I rebuilt it. I have the technology. Delta Flyer. Delta Flyer is super sick. I can't wait to get that thing going. Cast acrylic sheet, matte side. Ooh. Honor approved. Honor produced by CHOW. Focus on high quality acrylic. Quality Management System certification. Good job. Although, I got a feeling your stupid tape here is going to be a nightmare to get off. What's the proper way to do this again? Is it lift straight up or lift on an, like, peel on an angle? Or lift straight up? I can never remember which way I'm supposed to do it. Yeah, we will finish this build, this one, on Tuesday and then Friday. Stupid holes. I have to plug them up with something, but that's easy. Just put a little piece of tape. Ah. Filler panel. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use some material. Probably, I'm going to either use, I'm just going to use this stuff. I'm just going to cut a piece of this as long as the panel is, and just put them side by side so they're touching. And then the Bowden tube will just slide between it. It doesn't need to be perfectly airtight. It just needs to keep the heat in, right? Like this printer is going to have enough heat being dumped into it from the 4 beds when it's printing. I just got to trap the heat. So, 1 second. Okay. If you hit him with the heat gun, you know, I'll try that with the other side. I just don't want to accidentally melt it. I mean, at least it's matte. Now here's the thing, I could be really lazy and not peel the other side. It's the back of the printer, you're not gonna see it. I could be that lazy. Yeah. Why is it the last little bit is always the most annoying? It's always this last little bit where it all just kind of falls apart at the end. You're just like, God damn it. What's everyone else up to tonight? I'm having fun. What are you guys all up to? My favorite type of content. Peeling freaking paper. I was gonna do this before stream. I was like, I should probably peel these before stream. I'll do it after I make dinner. And then I made dinner and then I forgot. I'm trying to get my wife to watch Pluribus. I need somebody that I know to watch Pluribus, because now that I'm finally watching a show as it airs, I need somebody to talk to about it. So I put all the episodes I got on the Plex. Like, watch it. New Trident tuning night. Oh, heck yeah. Okay. So apparently I put heat on it. I really don't want this to... Nope. I mean, I could turn off the noise cancellation so you guys can hear the paper peel if you want. Here. We'll go full ASMR on this. I hate this shit. I hate doing this. This stupid paper won't, like, it just rips. Like, it just, I hate this shit. I hate this shit. It is so flicking annoying. Get a clean peel. Do you guys want me to turn the noise canceling back on and the music back on, or you got enough ASMR peeling? Fire removes all. Yeah, here, I'll put the music back on. Put the filters back on. I think you guys have had enough of the it just keeps peeling. It's the stupid edge pieces just like rip. ISO kills acrylic, yeah. Although this is frosted acrylic. I don't think ISO would damage this the same way it would do clear acrylic. But it would still like... Now I gotta get all my rips to line out so we get one clean sheet. Almost got it. Oh my god. This is so... This is just not fun content. I'm sorry. Here. I'll make this easier. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. One second. Add browser. Okay. Really? You give me a stupid ad on that? Can I skip that ad? Really? I can't skip that ad. Really? That is so annoying. Well, here, wait for this to finish, the stupid ad to finish. Yeah, shut up. Shut up. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the music plays through it. I don't know how to turn it off. I'm probably going to get DMCA'd now. Is the Subway Surfer music DMCA? What? I gotta keep... I'm hip. I'm with it. I know what the kids like. I know what this generation likes. They like... The kids yearn for the Subway Surfers. Okay? The kids yearn for the brain rot. I'm just giving the audience what they want. Peeling paper backer and Subway Surfers. What is a better way? Can somebody give me a better way to spend your Saturday night? I'm gonna go check my printer. I'll be back in 10. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let me delete that. Delete that source. Goodbye, Subway Surfers. There we go. Oh God, I lost 50 viewers. BattleTech. What do you like? Isn't BattleTech like a tabletop game? That's like Macross, right? Or that's Robotech. That's Robotech. I'm interesting enough to be background noise for a tabletop game? Jeez. Hi everyone. This person's cheating. They've admitted in their Discord that they're cheating, and they have a secret plan, and they're actually working with another guy on your team. They're in cahoots. He was talking about it on Discord earlier, and they're out to get you. They're in cahoots. What I think, that table, I think you've mentioned that like a couple times. It looks really cool. It is not a project I would ever build. I'll be honest, that tabletop bowling alley thing is not something I would ever build because I have zero use for that kind of thing. I have a 7-year-old son. I have enough random toys taking up room in my house as is. I don't need some overly complicated bowling alley. I don't even like bowling. I think it's really cool, but that is not something if I built it, it would be to build it, and then I would go collect dust. It is not something I am honestly remotely interested in building at all, unfortunately. It's cool, and the video on it's really cool, but I have like no desire to build that thing. It would be like build it to build it. And I'm trying to avoid build it to build it stuff. That's why I haven't done a lot of kit builds from certain kits. I'm trying to only build kits of things that I'm either really interested in or things I will actually actively use. There's a lot of contentious history between BattleTech and Macross. Yeah, I remember I've watched the Robotech series. Like the Macross series. I've watched that back in the day. I remember back when Netflix first, you were able to start streaming on Netflix. Like that was new. And I found the anime section and that was in there. And I like binged the entire series in like one night. I'm like, oh wow, there's all these Japanese animes I can watch. Because up till that point, the only one I had seen was like Evangelion and like a couple Miyazaki ones. Vampire Hunter D or whatever I rented at Blockbuster back in the day. Content for the channel. It would be content for the channel, but I've already got like a bunch of stuff that is higher priority and things I'd rather do than that. I've got to build a stealth changer. I have all the parts here to build a, to upgrade my Cocoa Press to the V2 Cocoa Press. We got to do that. I've got a bunch of stuff I got to do. And a toy bowling alley is not high on my priority list right now. It's like the Moab. LDO has a Moab kit for the darts. I would love to build that. I wouldn't be able to build it on YouTube or on a YouTube stream. So I'd have to build it on Twitch. And then I have enough darts in my house already from just a couple Nerf guns I have. So. Come on. There we go. Okay. Print things for people. I've done that in the past. I used to do Voron Piff back in the day. I don't have the time for that kind of stuff. I used to be way more into that, but it's not my thing. I'm trying to find that. You did link it to me. I'm trying to find the link for that Nerf thing. Where did you link it at? Was it in the making things? Memes and gifts? RC stuff. Where'd you link it at? Tech and hardware? Gaming, making. Was it in the making things channel? No, not in there. Oh, and I did add a new channel to the Discord. I did add a new channel on the Discord that is just called Look What I Printed, and it's just straight up post your prints. So what we might do with the Look What I Printed channel is every couple of weeks or months or whatever, we'll go through this and we'll just see what everyone's printing. Just kind of like a fun little filler thing. If I don't have anything to do on a print and chill, we'll go through the community and see what everyone's working on. Okay, so let's go put this panel on the printer. So this one will be over here. So you go there, you go there. Okay, this is gonna be fun. So how am I gonna put this on? You go there, you go there. Okay. You go there. So you go there. You go there. Okay, now the rest, I'm gonna have to use T-nuts, I think. Am I running low on T-nuts? I am running low on T-nuts. Wow. That's kind of surprising. People who didn't have the actual IP rights to my cross accused Battletech of stealing mech designs and oh, jeez. Freaking drama, eh? Drama in my hobby. K2S. Those K2SO droids are really cool. The only thing that I'm disappointed in when it comes to those droids, the droids don't do anything. Some of them light up, but they're not mobile. They just kind of stand there. And like, to be fair, I did build a 6-foot Gundam that just sits there or stands there. So I understand it. But it's like, I would really want like, that's why I'm building that's why I want to do the astromech. The astromech, I can at least, you know, drive it around. So. Okay. So, let's do this. You're gonna go in here. Ooh, that's bad. Ooh, that's bad. Oh, shoot. I'll line this up. There we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. That's good there. That's good there. Making sure it's actually locking in, because I hate T-nuts. Because half the time you screw in a T-nut and you're like, hey, it's good. And then it's not good. So unfortunately, this bottom here doesn't line up. So what I'm gonna do for now is I just have these. So I'll just put this in here, just kind of lock it in place. then let's put a piece of tape or something. There we go. I just don't want it flapping about. There we go. Okay. One panel installed. There we go. So now we gotta do the other panel. Huzzah! And guess what? It's covered in freaking dog hair already. I thought this printer is supposed to be ground. Oh wait, I don't have the power cable plugged in, so it's not grounded. Okay. Back over here. Closing for ABS. I'm enclosing because the garage gets really cold in the winter. And I want to be able to trap all the heat. As nice as it is that this printer puts off enough heat, it can actually heat my garage up a couple degrees, and it's nice. I don't want to waste all the heat. So I have some actual insulating panels that I've ordered that are on their way because the store didn't have them in stock. So they actually are some insulation, rigid insulation panels. But I got to wait for them to come in. So right now we're just getting the back panels on and installed. So that way I can get all the wiring done and everything and put it in position. So that way when the panels do come in, I don't have to take the printer out again and move everything. Trying to heat up this whole thing to see if it helps in any way. Can we get some likes? Can we get some likes? Like the smash button? Can we get some updoots? Can you get some updoots here? The fact that I can see the panel kind of warping when I do that, and I'm not even putting in a lot of heat. The fact that like doing that, I can see the panel start to sag. It's like, ooh. Got too greedy. Yeah, I got too greedy. Got too greedy. Yep, I got too greedy on this one. Shoot. It's acrylic. Just matte acrylic. Pull straight up. Well, the force is with me. I'm one with the. Okay, you want to know what's sad? I wore, when I gave out candy this year, I wore my for Halloween. I wore my Mando suit. I am sorry. You know, it's cute the first time, but this is like the 4th or 5th time I've worn the Mando suit in like a public setting. Right, I've worn it to some Rep Rap Fest and some events and whatnot. So I've worn it a couple times out and about. It gets unbelievably annoying the 84th time somebody comes up to you and goes, "This is the way." And I want to be like, that is one freaking small sect of Mandalorians that do that shit. Not all of them do it. F that. It's annoying. It's like when you're... Who here has worked at a grocery store? When you're checking out some old boomer FUD and he's like, he hands you the money. He's like, "Be careful, the ink is still wet." Or when something doesn't scan and they're like, "Oh, it must be free." And you're like, "You're the first person to say that. Kill me now." Yeah. Oh my God, that gets so annoying. Okay, heat these up. It works a lot better. Now we know. Last one I didn't heat up a lot. Good night from Germany. I don't know what good night is in Germany, but I do know good afternoon. So guten Abend, bonsoir. Okay, now we can put the other panel in. So this panel is going to go over here. So some this stuff. So I'm going to put you right there. Put you right there. So that you line up with that. And you are going to get all of these. Feel driving around your DeLorean. Oh God. Like it's one of those things that's like, this gets, oh my God, this gets so annoying so quickly. And I'm like, hats off to the Disney folks that like, I've been to Disney World. I've talked to a few people I've been backstage at Disney World. Don't ask me how. I had those connections at one point, but I've been backstage at Disney World. I've talked to the performers, and it's like, how could you do this all day, every day? And he's just like, you get used to it. Like, I would go insane in the membrane. knock is correct. I just noticed to get 4 a.m. Oh shoot. Yeah. Make it long story short. We're over here. You're making a short story long. It's like I've stopped watching or listening to. There's a local radio station I listen to in the morning. They have a pretty good morning show, and it's gotten to the point now with me where there are people that will call in and, like, you know, tell a story or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, so many people are bad at telling stories now. Like, some people just should not tell stories. Like, you have lost your storytelling privileges. You do not know how to formulate a story. Oh my God, come on. Line up, T-Nut. And now we gotta get this to come up. Wait, what are you catching on? What are you catching on? What are you catching on? You go there. Okay, let's put one of these in here. Okay. Put you in there. Dang it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, that goes there. Goes there. Okay. So we'll line up right about there. About there. Tighten you. Tighten you. There we go. Okay. Hopefully all these line up still. Oop. I'm looking through a little itty bitty slot here so I can see chat. Yep. There we go. We got all these cables. So we got those. And then I gotta put this little guy in here. So it locks this bottom in for now. Not the best way of locking it in, but it locks it in enough so it doesn't flap around. Yep. Slide you back ever so slightly. Go. Okay. Okay, sweet. Happy-go-lucky. So if you want to see what I've been doing, because you guys can't, this is what it looks like now. So now we have to fill this void. So these cables are just gonna come out, and I'll just put like some zip tie holders or whatever. So these cables are just gonna come out. I'm gonna put a power brick or something here for these to plug in, and then power is gonna come out from the power supply. So now, this ain't good. This is too big of a gap. We gotta fill this gap. So, let's see what we have available here. Last one, 75 degrees and no rain. Ooh, that's nice. It is cold and cold here. So originally, I was using these to like half fill it. So I could do that. Just slide that in. That would kind of fill half of that. And then do I have another one? Because some of these I need to save for the door, but some of these aren't for the door. I think, yeah, so I can put these in here. Okay. So this will somewhat, and also these are metal, so this is a bit more rigid too. So it'll keep it from flapping around in the breeze. So that's also kind of good. There we go. So that makes it a little bit smaller as is. Now you may notice that there's nothing mechanically holding these on. That is correct. You are very astute. However, we do have this fantastical invention called tape. So I'm just going to tape these on because YOLO. Is it using some draft shield? I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna make it work. So this will also make it a bit more rigid too, hopefully. But I have aluminum tape here. This is aluminum tape. It's black aluminum tape. I don't know why I have it. I bought it for something related to Voron a while ago, and I've just had it ever since. So might as well use it, right? If you got it, use it. Look at that. Also, I will, at the top, wherever the max and min is, I will seal it right off too. So, do I have transparent aluminum tape? No, the computer's still working on it. Woodworking in the 60s. Ooh, that'd be fun. Try that. Of course, it's really annoying now that I got a bunch of Bowden tube in the way. There we go. There we go. That's that. Now let's see here. I don't think this will fit. So these are, I don't know what these are specifically called, but these are leftover from, yeah, these are too thin. These won't work. The Carvera uses these to keep chips out of the raceways. I was going to use these, but I'm going to have to make something. So now we're going to have to make something. So we're going to use this. What I'm going to do is just cut a strip of this, cut it in half, and it'll go right down the middle. Sound good? Sound good. Mouse has a microphone. Okay, for those that don't get the joke, hello, computer. It goes with the transparent aluminum, somebody said earlier. If you don't get it, if you don't know, you don't know. It's a Star Trek joke. You've seen Star Trek. Do I not have scissors out here? I guess I don't have scissors out here. Knife it is. I have the scissors somewhere. I just don't know where. I'm gonna need scissors though. Okay, so let's go from here to there. Japanese joinery. We are not at that level of skill. Okay, let me just follow this. Now I got to cut this in half, because what we're going to do is cut it in half, and then half will go here, and then the other half will go there. And the side that I cut is going to be the outward side, so I'm using the machined flat side. And then, yeah, so actually, let me get one little piece here quick. Is my scissors over here? I could have sworn I had the scissors over here somewhere. Probably shouldn't be using aluminum tape for wiring, but I really don't think I'm too concerned here. Although, that's fine. Yeah, I ain't moving anywhere. We're good. Yeah, that doesn't affect that. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. So, cut this in half now. Perfectly cut in half. Perfectly cut in half. There we go. Perfectly cut in half. Appreciate the stream. Thanks for doing this. If you say so. I am not ashamed to hide my scuffness. I'm not ashamed to show my scuffness. I am not. I have no qualms about showing my scuffness. It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, the world would be boring if we didn't do scuff shit every now and then, right? As long as it good. I mean, you're not going to see this anyways. You're not going to see this anyways, because this is all on the back of the printer, right? You're not going to see any of this anyways. It's all on the back of the printer. But we'll know. I'm okay with that. Hey, as long as you guys are liking the smash button, subscribing to the channel, and gifting memberships, I'm good. I mean, I view my show more as entertainment. Entertainment first, educational second. As long as you're entertained and you're having a good time and you're enjoying the stream, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, it should be functional. Hopefully it's functional. Better be functional. Wow. That is not straight at all. But you can see what I'm doing, right? So then this lines up with that. And then we're lined up. So that way the Bowden tube fits through the little gap. Simple as that. This is probably blowing out the white balance on the camera a lot. Because it's reflecting all the light from the light that I have right above the camera, right back at the camera. So... Oh yeah, it's blowing the white balance right out. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll go to 0 and then I'll go to max, and wherever there's a gap or wherever the gap ends up being is I'll like tape it solid. Okay, this time put this through first. There we go. There we go. Is this a chamber heater? Do you count, is 4 separate 450 watt beds a chamber heater? If so, yes, it does have a chamber heater. Good old aluminum tape. And in doubt, aluminum tape. Aluminum tape all the things. Yeah. There we go. Don't want any heat getting out of that little hole. I could do that for Christmas if you want Yule log. I can set up a really long kind of Christmassy themed print on this and let that cook. Play Christmas music, because we are coming to the point where I'm going to move over to the Christmas lo-fi playlist, because I do have a Christmas lo-fi playlist. Okay, so that is all that. That is all that. Now the next thing we got to do is power this. This needs juice. Okay, this needs the juice. So let's spin it this way. Because we got to feed this some juice. Because unfortunately, our awesome thing, by the way, I ended up getting this fan to work. This fan right here, for I couldn't get it to work plugged into the proper 4-pin fan. This fan worked fine on the stock controller from Physek. I couldn't get it working on here. I couldn't figure out the pins. So I just cut off the signal wire, and now it's just positive, negative, and I plugged it into a normal fan port and it's working fine. So yeah. I don't know what was wrong with it. I don't know why it didn't want to work. It didn't want to work. And now it's working. You put up your Christmas. We're going to be putting our Christmas decorations up tomorrow, probably. Okay, so now, unfortunately, here's our conundrum. These LEDs that I put in, I actually want to give them some decent power, okay? I want to, I don't want to just run them off of, you know, I could just run them off 24 volts, but I do want to switch them. So that means I'm going to use the bed out. The problem is with bed out, I need bed in. So we have to make a little jumper cable to connect this to this. I could go directly from the power supply, But instead, I'm just going to go from boom to boom. So, oh look, I already have cables pre-made. Are they a little too long? Yes, but guess what? They're already made. So, we're gonna use those. Use what you got. If it works, it works. So we're just gonna jump right across here. I have the printer unplugged, right? Yeah. Always double check that. So. Well, actually, I should probably, yeah, positive. Positive. I wish I had a pre-made one that was long enough to reach up here, but I don't. So we're just gonna do this and just connect that. I know you're not technically supposed to stack connectors like this, but it works. And it's quick and it's easy. As long as, you know, it doesn't come loose on you. So always double check that it's tight. Go. There we go. Okay. Stuff just behind this mesh of wires and just kind of hide it up there all nice, pretty like. Oh, look at that. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look at that. I swear you would think that this was done professionally. It looks like it's done professionally. Can you even see what I'm doing? Probably not. Why so negative? I'm not negative, I'm positive. I'm working with AC DC, so we're working with like heavy metals here. Right? We got DC, we got AC, so when you combine them, we have a heavy metal. So, am I running a filament booster? Eventually. Eventually. Not right now, but I will be. Okay, so now we need to run from bed out all the way up top. So, let me grab a big chunk of wire because I have a big chunk of wire. So the plan is I'm going to put Wagos here. I'm just going to VHB some Wagos on. It's going to come down and it's going to go to there. So roughly this long. So let's go over here. Because when in doubt, Wagos. All the Wagos. Is that, yes, that is a filament runout sensor. That is a filament runout sensor. Okay, actually what I do need is, let me see if I have some. Let me see if I have some. I think I have some here. I need ow. Oh, I love digging through a drawer that has a bunch of loose screws in it that stab me. It's so fun. Okay, not in that drawer. These will work. Yeah, these will work. Cable tie clips. Okay. So, So this is 16 gauge wire. It's speaker wire. I've had it for years and I never used it for anything. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use it for printers. It's 16 gauge multi-strand wire. It's good. Actually, I think, which ones of these are smaller? Are they both the same? I think they're both the same. Okay. Well, we're going to color code them then. What is a filament booster? Think of it like a secondary extruder. So a filament booster is an extruder that pushes filament through a Bowden tube until it gets to the tool head. Okay? So a good example is on the back of a bamboo machine. You have that little booster from the AMS. It basically just grabs filament and shoves it down the rope, down the Bowden tube. And then when the filament hits something, it pushes a piece of film. Actually, I think I have an example here. Do I have an example here? I think I have an example here. Yeah, because I have this. Okay. Oh, that's attached to the box turtle. But essentially you have like a little slide where when you push it, the Bowden tube through, when you push the filament through the Bowden tube, when it hits something, it pushes back on the Bowden tube. And you have like a little buffer, and you basically have two limit switches. So when it's clicking the front switch, it's feeding filament, and when it clicks the back switch, it stops until it clicks the front switch. So essentially it just pushes filament to the tool head, and then the tool head takes over. The advantage of and it needs to have a buffer in it. So it's not continuously pushing, it's just pushing when there's tension on the system. So the advantage you have is your tool head extruder is no longer having to pull filament all the way through the Bowden tube. It's already been pre-fed through. And then also the advantage you have is if you use two of them, with a Y splitter, you can have it set to like roll over. So if one runs out, it'll automatically start pushing the next one through. So you can use it for filament rollover with multiple of them. So with a big machine like this, that's something you kind of want. So you want filament rollover capability, and also with as long as the Bowden tube is, you don't want that extruder working like overheating essentially. There we go. Double check that they're both tight. Oh, we're gonna need Lego my Wagos. Let's go with, I got 3. Yeah, we'll go with 3. 3. Lego my Wagos. Grab you, grab you, grab you. I'm gonna need you. And I'm gonna need you. And remember, if you enjoy this content, consider liking the smash button, ringing the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. I don't think you can see me right now. I think I'm hiding behind chat, but I'm only gonna be down here for a second. So let me get these in here. I don't think these fit. Yeah, these don't fit. Shoot. Okay, never mind. We gotta go back over here. My stupid connectors won't fit. These won't fit. These are too big. Do I have smaller spade connectors? I do not. I'm all out of my small spades. Shoot. I'm gonna have to do this the not optimal, but still kind of okay way. And, yeah, whatever. Is what it is. Also, don't forget, every stream we give away a spool of POLYMAKER filament. Enter for your chance to win. Link in the video description. Oxygen-free globe. These are looking very much like copper, so I don't think they're oxygen-free. Tight, tight. Okay, back over here. Okay, so positive up top. So unloosen these. And negative on the bottom, right? Yeah, negative on the bottom. There we go. Okay, so that is that. Now we take these two ends. You are going to go down through here. Oh, come on, really? Oh, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, so we do have a zip tie here. Let me just put a zip tie on this. So we have some positive control, because I really don't want these, you don't want wires flapping in the breeze. Description of filament booster reminds me how some oil burning systems for heating work. There's a big tank somewhere else that pumps a draw. Yeah. Massive. They're not massive. There's two power supplies. I'll be honest, they are a little on the big side. They are 350. I don't think they need to be 350. You could probably get by with two 200 watts. But it goes from 200 to 350. And if 200 is right on the edge, you might as well go up to 350 just to be safe. They are mean wells, LRS 350 48 and LRS 350 24. This one could probably be, or yeah, the 24 volt one could easily be replaced with that small 275/25 LDO one, because it's a 300 watt power supply, and you got 275 watts of 24 volts and 24 watts of 5 volts. So that would be something to put in this. Like that would be really nice for this, I think. Okay, do I have a pair of nippers over here? No, I gotta go get a pair. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you go there, then we can close this up. There we go. Now, grab my chat so I can see you. UHPs. Yeah, like this is a kit from a vendor. So, you know, they're probably trying to save some money. So what we're gonna do here is, luckily, oh yeah, that's way too much, but that'll work. Spin this way. The joy of being able to spin a printer around when you're working on it. That's this big. Hooray for wheels. I like wheels. Wheels are fun. Oh my God, it spins. So here's the plan. Here is the plan. Got some VHP. Clean that. Stick you right on the panel. So we got this cable, and that cable. They go in here, and can we lock it? Locked. Sweet. And then we're gonna go all the way up here. Another cable right about here. Lock that, sweet. And then we got 2 Wagos here, okay? Oh, let me zoom up and out. There we go. So I'm just gonna VHB these on. These shouldn't move if I VHB them on, right? It's VHB. It's a very high bondu. So, I mean, I use VHB tape to hold power supplies on printers. So I'm assuming 2 Wagos under no load will be just fine. Put you right about there. And trying to peel off that. There we go. And we got our 2 Wagos. Let me just wipe them down with ISO just to make sure they're grippy. I want my Wagos gripping. VHB, I put that shit on everything. It's so good. VHB is so good. I love my VHB. It's so bad. By the way, Jason has already shipped the LDO power supply that I won. Dude, LDO, man. It is so nice having a company like, you know, full disclosure, I've worked with LDO many times. They haven't sponsored any streams. You guys know I try to avoid sponsorships as much as possible, but LDO does sponsor when I go to events quite often. They are one of, if not one of the best companies I've ever worked with. They are so chill, and I think they understand that good products at a good price and good customer service. They're not perfect. No company is perfect, but they just like, they found their nice little niche when it comes to kits and whatnot. And they're just doing really good. Like they are so, I love working with LDO. Great company. Okay, so put one there. Put one there. Open them up. Okay, so grab my, did I bring my wire strippers over here? I don't think I did. And they make good motors. They do make good motors. Yeah, it's over here. So we are going to have a little bit of a service loop here. There we go. One. I'm gonna have to sweep the floor in the garage at some point. Starting to build up all the little bits and bobs and whatnot that just, everything's starting to collect. Two, there we go. Always have a service loop. Always have a service loop. Okay, so now we just need to connect these. So the advantage of doing it this way, instead of doing like connector, if I need to tap into this in the future, add another line, I just can. It's easy. So this is why I'm doing it with a Wago like this. It just, if I want to add more stuff on this circuit in the future, I just add more stuff to it. Nice and easy peasy. And actually, let me put one more sticker here. This is low voltage. It's 24 volts. It's 24 volts. Like, it is kind of annoying that in the okay, so I'm using these little clips. These you can unlock, because while it is, you know, all nice and managed and everything, it does kind of suck that this whole, this is all taped to this panel. So if this panel has to come off for whatever reason, all this other stuff has to come off. But on the bright side, it should be pretty easy to do. So it's not like horrible, but it's still, you know, it's a little annoying. Shoot. There we go. So, is what it is. Is what it is. You know what? I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna toggle these together so I have an extra. Okay. Go. Always paranoid when I have these black and red wires that are together, and then you peel them apart, and you get a little bit of like the red on the black wire and a little bit of the black on the red, and you're like, shoot, do I have two reds, or are they red and black? Oh wait, no. Okay, we're good. Now, unfortunately, these aren't like NASA spec crimps, unfortunately. I'm not doing that, but there we go. So black and black, red and red. There we go. Look how clean that looks. That's clean. That's clean. Tend to always print holders for Wago instead of sticking on. I've done it. Usually I do. Like underneath, I have some Wagos for the electronics. I do have a printed holder for them. In this case, I didn't do that. And the reason I didn't do that is quite simple. I forgot to print something before stream. And then to be fair, I would be putting the Wagos in something I printed and then taking that thing that I printed and attaching it to this, because I didn't know how this, like if I would have a slot available. So I probably was just gonna stick it on anyways. I mean, it's acrylic, it's isolated, so it's not like it's gonna, you know, short or anything. I just realized I got some holes here I gotta hide. Don't want, you know, that massive gap there. Gotta seal it up. Aluminum tape ain't cheap, but I have like, I've had this roll for years and I've never been stingy with it. I still have a ton of it, so I just don't care anymore. Although that ain't really sticking too good, so doesn't really want to stick to the frame that well. Just kind of stick that in there. Yeah, that'll work, whatever. I mean, it's not the most sealed thing in the world, but it's good enough. It's good enough. Okay, so now we can power it up. I stabbed myself with a wire and it's like a pinprick and it's not bleeding, but it like went deep into my finger and I could feel it. There's nothing in there. It's not like a sliver. It's just the wire just went and punched it and it's annoying as heck. Okay, let's spin this around. Let's power it up. Let's hook the lights up, get the lights all set up, make sure the lights work. And then I will move the gantry up and down. We'll see how much I can tape off for the upper and lower maximum. And then we'll go from there. But that looks pretty clean. That looks pretty clean, not gonna lie. I'm gonna take a picture for prosperity, or there we go. That'll work. That works. Turn this around. I probably should clean up all the loose little bits of filament on the ground and wires and whatnot, but that's a problem for future Taylor. I don't envy that guy. Okay, let me get rid of all this electronic stuff. So I still have more daylights on a stick if I need them. If I need them. Wow, that is not straight at all. I'm just realizing that is crooked as shit, but oh well. I don't think it'll be an issue. I don't think it'll be an issue. It's probably gonna be an issue, but I'll worry. That's a future me problem. Okay. So I got chat here. If I can see chat. That. If Reflectex wears through PTFE, I've got bigger problems. Okay. Let me plug the printer in. Get my power cable here. Okay, let me just double check that I got that wired up correctly. Yeah, that's positive. That's negative. Okay. Okay. Contact. Okay. No sparks. We're good. Everything's lighting up. Good. We're good. We're good. There we go. That's all booting up. How did I have that so misaligned? How is that so misaligned? Oh, it's because it overlaps, that's why. Yeah, we should be okay. We should be okay. Should be okay. Okay, so now we come over here. So, how do I add a light? Error. Don't error out. Connect. Okay, we're good. We're good. There's the webcam. Sweet. Okay, I gotta aim the webcam down because that's looking way too high. I'm doing it now so I don't forget. How's that look? Still a little too high. Aim down a little bit more. And that'll do. Okay. So, clipper LED. Is there clipper LED macro? Adding macros to toggle LED strips. Not mine, but you'll need to, like, it's just an on off. Like I don't have LED. LED. I just want toggle LED. Okay. Cheat code variable takes set, flip state, printer. What? No, I just want on off. Case lights. What's this all else if stuff? I just want on off button. It's just an output pin. Yeah. Oh wait, BTT Kraken pin out. Like, is there just a light on, light off? It is PF5. 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 Clipper LED effect. No, I just want. Daylight config. Daylight config clipper. Output pin, case light, pin. Okay. That'll work. Put your macros in the Discord channel. Are they simple? There you go. Okay. Macros. Respond, G-code arcs. We'll put it under here. G-code macro lights, set pin lights value 1. So I'm assuming pin would be there's an LED section? Really? LDL, okay. We'll do that. We'll use the LED, that one. Okay. Control V. So the pin is PF5. PWM true, hardware start false, value 2.0, startup value, shutdown value 0, value 1. Cycle time, sure. Okay, save and restart. Oh, I think we got lights. Yep, we got lights. Why is that one purple? Why is that one purple? That light's blue. Why is that light blue? That light's blue. Everyone else is white, and they're bright. They are bright. They are bright lights. Okay, you are not the light I want. Okay, so let's turn the printer off because I have other lights. So I might have to swap that out to one of these two. Okay. Is that a UV? It might be UV. It might be UV. Easy way to tell if it's UV. This is Prusa. Prusa glows under UV. Yeah, that's UV. Why do I have a UV light? Okay, let me turn the printer off. Swap that out. Actually, I could just, let's turn the lights off. Case light, is there a way, is there a way to turn it off? Smart Park, case light, is there? Oh, here we go. Off. There we go, they're off. Okay. So I'm just gonna swap it out. I'm just gonna swap it out. Just unplug it, swap it out. Easy peasy. This is one of the reasons I went with these lights, because I can just swap them if I need to. Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's definitely the... Okay, so unplug you. Okay. Unplug you. Okay. There we go. Okay, so 24 volt top. go. Plug those back in now. There we go. So now, let there be light. Oh, that's the fan. 1 second. Fan off. Light on. Booyah! Stadium lights. Who doesn't love stadium lights? Okay, so now we home all. Oh, that's nice and bright. That is nice and bright. And then I'll just adjust the slot at the back. Oh yeah, I totally screwed that up. That is totally not lined up right. Shoot. I gotta fix that. Okay, let me slide you out. This is what happens when you try to align stuff with the middle when it's not aligned. So let me see if I can fix this. Are you all the way down? You're all the way down now. Okay. So let's peel up all this tape that I put down, because that is all misaligned. Okay. Peel up the tape. Okay. Right about there. Right about there. Okay. Just adjust that. There we go. Now we got to do the other side. Rafe tape. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, that works. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing back here, but it looks horrible. There we go. There we go. I mean, it's just got to work good enough, right? It doesn't got to be perfect. Okay, so now we can fix run some tape across the back there. Where'd I put my tape? My tape, I need my tape. I put it over here. There we go. Oh, right about there. Because it's never going to go lower than that. I'll make that all nice, one big continuous thing. And now I got to go all the way to the top. All the way to the top. There we go. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just gotta be good enough. Just good enough to trap most of the heat in. I mean, I think, I'm trying to remember what we use on Phoenix. Because Phoenix has this really cool, I think Phoenix might have like an actual shutter system. Let me do a QGL just to make sure we're good. Yeah, the Z is slow. To be fair, it does have 27:1 gearing. To be fair, it is 27:1 gearing. Also, where'd the music go? Oh, we just quiet. Okay, so G1, Z3, or correction, Z 600, Y 300, X, or X 300, Y 300, Z 600. So now we wait for this to go all the way to the top. Like, there is a little bit of a seam, but honestly, I'm not concerned. Like, I don't think we're going to be losing a ton of heat through that. Like, we will lose heat through it. There is losses to it, but it's honestly not enough that I'm actually concerned about, I'll be honest. Like, there will be losses, there will be heat losses, but it's nowhere near anything that would make me concerned, I'll be honest. Because there's going to be so much heat being dumped into this system from these 4 beds. I mean, heck, there's heat coming in off the light. And it's not like there's like a suction, right? It's not like there's, you know, this is going to be against the wall. So there shouldn't even be a breeze, so. Yes, the Z is slow. The Z is slow. It is not a fast Z. That's okay. By the way, now that it is set up like this with the umbilical, we do get the full 600. We do get the full 600 now. Like, that is 600 millimeters there. And technically, it can go up a little higher. It technically can go up a little higher, but we are literally, it can go to about 610. The stepper motors have heat sinks on them, and the fans that came with them, there's one on the ground dead somewhere, they died. So I just took regular 30-30 fans and just put them on top. Or 40-40, I can't remember, whatever size fits on top of a stepper. And I just put them on top of the heat sink. So the motors are a little bit taller, but we are at 610 or 600 right now. Or actually, no, I can't go any higher because the end stop blocks would hit. But this is as high as it gets. Okay, so now, right about there, so I can seal it off there. That's good to know. So, right about there. I mean, to be fair, it's better to have the gap at the bottom because hot air rises, right? So you want it as sealed as you can upwards because hot air rises. And it's not like, you know, cold air sinks. So. So there we go. Looks a little bit more, I'm not gonna say ghetto, but it looks a little bit more ghetto now. But take a picture. See? That's what it looks like now. There you go. See? We're good. And we're good. So now, also my camera view gets a little blocked because as you can see, that umbilical is right in front of the camera. Fully heat soak. Enough. No stealth changer. No, this is gonna get a whatchamacallit, a booster. I'm gonna put the Big Tree Tech boosters on it when they are available. I'm gonna put either 2 or 3, and they're basically gonna be used for boosting and filament rollover. I have no plans to do multicolor on this machine. This machine is gonna live, right now it's got a 0.6 nozzle on it. I have a 0.8 on the way, along with some other stuff. This is gonna be a big fat nozzle printing big things that will be post-process printer, right? Look with silver aluminum? No, no. Maybe. I mean, you wanna know what color it looks like? You're not gonna see this because this is the back of the printer and it's gonna be up against the wall. So you ain't gonna see it. That's what it looks like. It looks like something you're never gonna see. So. But there will be a top panel. For the side panel here, I'm gonna be lazy. And because it's 1/2-inch insulation, I don't want to mount this to the insulation. I'm just gonna cut out a slot, or I'm just gonna cut out the shape of the power block, and I'll just seal it up with tape. So. Taking your sweet time, making your way down, eh? Oh, that's because the Bowden tube is a little on the short side there. Yeah, if this Bowden tube was a bit longer, it wouldn't do this. Yeah. Yeah, it's because that Bowden tube's a little on the short side from behind there. Okay, let me put this back against the wall and we'll get printing. Let me put this back up against the wall here, and it's already got some filament in it. It's got some clear PET G. What is something I can print that's, how much filament do I got on here? 250 to 300 grams of PET G. Clear PET G. What should be something I should print? Just to make sure it's all good. Okay, which wheel is caught on something? Are you? Oh, that's why. Where is that? Okay. So, there's all this stuff that I should probably sweep up, but I don't know where I put my broom, so we're just gonna kind of use my foot. Something vase mode? Yeah, we can do a vase mode print. And then we got like a fun vase mode print. It is so nice having this on casters. Remember when we first started this build, how much of a pain in the ass it was moving this around? And now we have it on some nice rollers. Everything moves nice. This is where the printer is gonna live, by the way. I gotta hit up Home Depot. I gotta get some wood so I can build an L-shaped desk here, because we got the 2 CNCs here, the Milo and the Carvera, which I need to start using. And then I want to put it like a little paint booth, sanding booth right here with some vacuum, because I can open the garage door and vent out if I need to. So let's see. Oh, right there. Just squaring it up to my Yeah, that's square. Okay, so now I gotta lock these wheels. I printed one of these things to lock my wheels. And it is nice. Oh. There. Oh, this is so much nicer than do it by hand. When you do it by hand, you like destroy your hands. And one of these days I will take the time to actually level it, because I'm sure having the printer on a slight incline isn't the best thing in the world. But for now, good enough. Okay. Move. Let's do a QGL. Move. Home. Quad gantry level. There we go. There we go. Oh my God, it's so much nicer with this light. It is so much nicer with this light. Oh my God, it is so much nicer with that light on it. Okay, just gotta move that over slightly. There we go. Making sure that frame is secure. Nothing's loose. There we go. There we go. So what I've been doing is in the garage here, just because this printer, that's a garage door behind you. So every time I open the garage door, stuff falls, especially if it's like been raining, there's like moisture, it's damp, bird poop, that kind of stuff. So I just have this sheet of plywood I've been throwing on top of the printer just to kind of like, not to keep heat in, but more just to keep stuff from falling on it while it's printing. So I'm gonna put this back on top because honestly, you don't want shit falling on your printer while your printer's printing. That's kind of bad. So. There we go. There we go. It just kind of keeps stuff from falling in the printer. So I just have a piece of plywood up top. So the lights are going to come in really handy right now. Okay. Oh my God, that looks so much better with the lights. That looks so much better with the lights. Oh my God, that is so much better with the lights. That was a good idea. That was such a good idea to put lights in that thing. Okay, let me get it printing something and we'll do the giveaways and call it a day, because I think I screwed up my timing because it is 11:20 or 11:12, shit. Okay. 3D print bunny, suggested print in Discord. Let's take a look. Star Wars lithopane lamp. Ooh. Is it a vase mode print? Because here's that tree I printed. So that was 580 millimeters, so. Is that a vase mode? Don't know. Instructions, infill 100% solid or 4 to 5. Okay, so let's do strength. Okay, so let's go back to my normal profile, turn off face mode, Okay, so we got pet G. I think I gotta bump my temps up. Yeah, 240. Okay, so strength, 3 walls, 4 top, 4 bottom, 0% infill. Let's see what we get. See what we get. So don't forget, enter for your chance right now. We're going to be doing the draw as soon as the printer gets printing. We're going to be doing the draw for some filament from POLYMAKER. Go enter for your chance. Link in the video description. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things that I do, because, you know, spending the whole night watching me peel tape and tape stuff up was super fun. Consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others, because we try to run this channel with as minimal ads as possible. And part of that is community support, being dependent on that. So if you want to continue to see little to no ads on my stuff, support the channel. Okay, let's see what do we got here. 16 hours? Ooh, it's a lot of starting and stopping. Oh my God, look at all this little infill fill. Oh, this is gonna be an annoying print. Okay. 346 grams. Ooh, I might not have enough filament on there. And it's a 0.6 nozzle, so we're not going to get good detail. That is an annoying print. That is going to be an annoying print. That's not even a good Death Star. That's not even the Death Star dish. Yeah. That is going to be an annoying print. Let's try something different. Let's try something different. Christmas vase mode. Vase mode. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. It looks cool, yeah, but it's annoying. Tea light Christmas tree. Oh, that's cute. It's all Christmas trees, I think. Most popular. It's all Christmas tree stuff. 3D print bunny. She has a bunch of cool models. I don't think she has it on. We just get rickrolled. We got rickrolled. Snowflake TIE Fighter. Snowflake. That's what we get for snowflakes. Most popular. There we go. File. Cards. Download. There we go. That's a nice little print. 200 grams. Yeah, it's cute. Okay. Print. Actually, I probably don't need the brim. Turn that off. I am tired. Holy shit, I am tired. I honestly did not realize what time it was. I did not realize what time it was until like just now, until like we finished this. That turned out so good. That turned out so good. Like the lighting works so well on that. Let me see here. I should have taken a before picture. Let me see if I have a before picture. 1 second. Let me see if I have a before picture. Just like similar lighting type setup. Kinda. Okay. So this is before. Obviously it's all open. And I think even my garage door was open. And this is it now. Much nicer. Much nicer. And it'll look even better. Oh, I could just turn the lights off. Yeah. Okay. Well, here. That. Oh, I can't turn the lights off. It's heating up the bed, so it's gonna whatever. Let's do the giveaway. I need to do this giveaway. I'm exhausted. We need to do a giveaway. Also, I did print all this stuff for the doors. We didn't get to the doors. We didn't get to tapping the holes on this. So yeah, that'll be future stream. I mean, no point putting the doors on unless the walls are on. It's like I enclosed my printer. It has a back panel and a door, but the sides and the top are open. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's do this giveaway. No more responses. Close, link to sheet, create. I think I gotta get up early tomorrow too. Okay, names. You guys have fun? Everyone enjoy the stream tonight? These are honestly, it's kind of funny. These are the streams I like doing the most. These just faffing about with a printer. No real goal, no real time crunch, just making shit. I love these kind of streams. Okay, continue. Well, here, what I'll do is I'll turn the lights off on that side of the garage just to show you how dark it is on that side of the garage with the lights off. Okay. Oh shoot, how many names was it? Add names. 223. Good number. Random. Bots. 223. Play. Peeling acrylic. Oh, I love peeling acrylic. I'm waiting for the copyright strike for having Subway Surfers playing. It doesn't always have to be an agenda. I know. Okay, so how this works is if you win, you get a free hat. If you don't win, or correction, if you win, you get a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. But if I pick your ball and you also win, you get a free hat. This ball's looking lonely. Who are you? Chris J13. You are a very lucky ball. If you win, you get a free hat along with your spool of filament from POLYMAKER. Good luck. Who's in first? Whoever's in first, we're gonna follow for a bit. Let me go turn the lights off on the other side of the garage. 1 second here. Just to give you an idea of how dark it is over here. Turn that off. That off. That off. And close this. Okay. So the other side of the garage is dark. Okay, who's in the lead now? Who's in the lead? Oh, it's a... So... Oop. Oh, people are getting bipped everywhere. Ah, I'm stuck. Okay, let's see if we get a snipe. Oh. No, oh, they're falling. Okay, let's see if we get a snipe. Is anyone gonna snipe it? Tin Talon. Tin Talon's in the lead, I think. Or is somebody gonna get him first? Who's gonna get him first? Who's gonna get him first? Who's gonna get him first? Tin Talon. Congratulations, you have won yourself a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. Congratulations, Tin Talon. Let me find you here. Tin Talon. There you are. Okay. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from POLYMAKER. Woo! Let me get that email off right here. Did I close all that? I did. Okay, so just put in perspective, case light is off. So the light will turn off, I don't know, whenever it's done doing whatever the buffer is in there. Spools, we gave away one. So we're waiting for the buffer to clear so we can see how dark this actually gets with the lights off. Because it would be nice that I could turn off the studio lights on that side of the garage now when this printer is printing. Because I've left them on like continuously because it's the only way I can get light into the printer to see how the prints are going is leaving my big light on. So gotta wait for it to finish heating up here. here. Oh, there's the email. Okay, so Tin Talon, you should be getting your email pretty soon. Congratulations. Yeah, we're just waiting for it to heat up. Get in there. Get in there. Awkward. 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 The joys of Clipper. No instant feedback on stuff. It's like you gotta wait for the buffer to clear, and then the case light will turn off. Come on. I told it to turn the light off. Told it to turn the light off. It depends on how much is in the macro or in the buffer, like how many commands. Because it could just be like 4 commands, but it's like heat up and then extrude. So you gotta let it. There we go. Wow. Okay, it's dark without the light. Okay, let me turn the light back on. Okay, light's back on. And then just to show you what I see on here. So case light off. And light on. Yeah, that's nice. So now I can actually turn off all my lights in the garage while the printer's printing, and I can still see what's going on because the printer has a Z's. I gotta rename the macro, sorry. So what is it? What is it? Case light. I gotta rename it. One second. Macros. Z's light. There we go. Save. There we go. Z's light. There we go. It won't show up until it refreshes, but there we go. Now it's properly set up. Okay, we're gonna call it there. Shout out to POLYMAKER for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links to all of them and more in the description below. Affiliate links don't cost anything extra, go a long way. Supporting the channel, some of them, like Gamer Subs, use code Canuck, save some money as well. Shout out to, I guess, Big Tree Tech. They provided a bunch of upgrades that we used on that printer. Same with the Venture XL from Physec. Shout out to them. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. I'm Taylor, Canuck Creator. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I will see you in the future. Good night.